love children. Like, I'm talking like 10, 12 children. Because I just love kids. And I grew up around lots of kids, and whether my own family or other families. I loved watching these different TV shows, like the reality shows that had these huge families. I loved that. Now that I am older, I do not have the stamina. Not at all. So, I want to say, like, when we've talked about it before, I want to say we've said somewhere between, like, maybe 3 to 5, like 3, 4, 5, somewhere in there. Nothing concrete. We have no idea. That's in the future. But we'll just kind of see how that goes. As far as homeschooling, I don't know why. Like, I get that question a lot. I don't know. Luckily, between Steve and I, somebody's always going to be able to be home one day when we have kids, because we're both nurses, so we both only work 3 days a week. And we're able to create our own schedules. So the majority of the time, we'll be able to create it to where there's always somebody home. Hopefully we wouldn't have to even put them in daycare. I was homeschooled my whole life up until high school. Steve was homeschooled till he was about 7. And for me, anyway, it was the best experience. And we were not those weird homeschoolers that are like, recluses from the world. We had so many interactions with so many different types of people and ages and backgrounds, and we did tons of activities and all these different things. We were so exposed. It was great. Growing up, I absolutely wanted to homeschool kids. I thought that was the smartest way to go about it, because it's just, you can form such a strong foundation with your children in so many different realms, whether that is in their faith, in their politics, in how they treat people, how they see the world, just all sorts of different things. You throw a kid out there super early, and there's just so much in the world that's so damaging. And obviously you still have time at home to be able to teach them and guide them and on how to be a good person and how to think logically and kindly and treat people with goodness and act in the way that Jesus would act and all these different things. But there's still so much that you don't know, or that still counteracts what you teach them, because they're at school very often, and it's a good portion of the day. Plus, it just always seems so sad to me. I was like, why would you have children to then send them away for hours and hours every day for somebody else to teach and raise? But on the other hand, and maybe this will change. People have told me this will change once I become a mom. I am not smart enough to teach children. Okay, I am quiet. Like, I see moms just talk incessantly to their children and teach them every time they go, "Oh, mommy, look at this," and I respond with, "Oh yeah, that's so nice." That's it. These other moms, they elaborate. They make it into this whole experience to where these children can learn something of the world, and it makes it a teaching point. And I'm like, I don't know even where to begin with that. I know how to love people. That's about it. I can cook for them. I can make a beautiful home. I can snuggle them. I can sing. I can, all those different kinds of things is absolutely my forte. Now Steve, phenomenally freaking intelligent. He could teach them like no other. Things like math and science and history and all those like technical things. Now he will also be the crazy fun dad, but so I just don't know. Like, I can see school being an amazing thing if you pick the right school and it has great foundations and teachings and things like that within it. But at the same time, in the current day, even good Christian schools or private schools or anything like that, to where years ago, like, you could kind of avoid a lot of the crap of the world. It's everywhere and being taught so young, and it just seeps in, whether it's from the other students or teachers or curriculum that's required to be taught and things that should be taught at home. I just don't know. That is absolutely going to be something that we approach at the time, with just where we're at and where society is at and our finances things surrounding, you know, that whole situation. It's absolutely not something that we know right now or can really have a super strong opinion on right